Welcome back to BVarsity Live. It's an exciting time in winter sports. We've been talking with AJ Sharon, Liberty basketball coach, that a big win over Garces last night keeps you, combined with BHS beating Centennial, in the title chase in the SWYL. And it's also, though, been kind of a sad time in the Bakersfield basketball circle. Lost a couple of members of its community in the last month, one being Robert Sawyer, a longtime official, died of Lou Gehrig's disease. And then the other, which we had a lot in the Californian, tragically in a car accident, Ali Soccer of Kennedy High School, who was training to become an official, and seems like he had the respect of everybody in the basketball community, and he died in a car wreck. And AJ, you knew him too. That's just a really tragic deal.
Yeah, it really was. He was helping officiate a junior high tournament at Liberty Saturday morning, and when he was done and was leaving, I think he was headed home at the time, and the accident occurred, and we were just in shock. The Kern County community is really close-knit. I have the in memory of Robert Sawyer bracelet that the officials put out.
They're honoring him tonight at Ridgeview during
right,
halftime.
And so, the community is really close. We feel like a lot of times we're overshadowed a little bit by Fresno, and so we really have to keep in ranks and make sure we're supportive of each other. And then when the circumstance with Ali, it really exposed people, I think, to the Delano basketball community.
Yeah.
How close it is. It's an amazing facet of Delano and of the people there. They host tournaments in the off season that we always participate in. They welcomed us in. They treat us like family. We go there. They'll have the Delano High gym packed for these tournaments, which are local guys that maybe played at Delano or Chavez or Kennedy, and they're coming back. And they produce many great officials, great players. And I think that if one good thing, I think it's clear that people have their eyes open to Delano and that basketball community based on Ali and the life that he led. He was a great player. A really good official, an up-and-coming official. I had an official tell me last night that he just wore the shirt right, that he looked like he was going to be a big-time official. And from my experience and seeing him and the way he handled himself on the court, he was really special. So it's a huge loss. Joey Velasquez, the Kennedy coach and a great friend of mine, Ruben Hill, another great friend of his, that's another up-and-coming official. We, on behalf of the Bakersfield and Kern County basketball community, we're here for you guys. We're trying to be as supportive as we can, get each other through this tough time, and really make sure it's special to us. The last basketball court Ali ever stepped on was the Liberty court, and so that's special to us. And I've talked to my guys about, some of the guys knew him, and I talked to my guys about that every time we step on that court, got to keep that in mind, how lucky and blessed we are to be able to play the game and go home safe to our families. And so it's been a tough time, but a time where hopefully through Ali's passing, he's done even more to expose everybody to Delano basketball.
Yeah.
Well, and it's going to be obviously a very emotional night tomorrow night. Kennedy hosts Arvin at 6:30 in an SSL game. Kennedy's actually 9-0 in league. The team is playing absolutely well, in a good part to Ali's younger brother Omar, who's on that team, was also on the football team that won the D6 section title. So you got to look at that situation and how tough that must be, not only just for the Delano family, but for Ali's family too. And they'll have the vigil tomorrow night at 7:30.
Candlelight vigil.
Yeah, they'll have a candlelight vigil tomorrow night at 7:30 during the basketball game. I'll be up there to kind of just gauge the situation, really kind of take it in. And because, this is one of those situations where, we as journalists, we as sports writers, especially at the high school level, don't deal with this a lot. I've had to deal with it twice now, and it's heartbreaking. You try to keep yourself out of the story, but it's hard to when, like last year when the Ridgeview football player took his own life, and it was
Dominic Moreno.
Yeah, and it was so sad to be there and just listen to his father, listen to his mother, and just the whole situation. And it's so hard, but yet you try to just take it in for a moment and what this really means, or who these people are, who these young teenagers are that are taken way too early.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a lot of ways, young people and especially young athletes represent a really bright part of our society. I mean, there's so much promise, even if they're not a Division I athlete or a future pro or anything like that. I mean, just the fact that they're out there and they're in the community and they're doing things, that people can watch and have so much energy, and it really is sad when you lose one. So, you mentioned Kennedy 9-0. That's one of the league races that we could wrap up tomorrow night.
Yes.
Obviously, we talked You guys, Coach, have Centennial tomorrow night. Is that
Centennial tomorrow night
your place?
at home? Senior
Yeah.
night for us, big night
So,
for us.
so obviously a must-win if you're going to win the league. You got to win that one.
Garces girls wrapped up the SWIL title with BHS beating Centennial. They're 8-0 and everybody else. BHS and Centennial both have 3 losses. So Garces wraps up the girls' title.
On the soccer field, everything wrapped up
Yep.
last night as far as SWIL.
Frontier is the girls' champ, while Liberty is the boys' champ. And then tonight, Independence and East playing the girls' game. Steve Lynch will be out there at East. They're both 1 loss, so they're both 9-1 in league, 8-1 in the league. And so the winner will come out victorious, or there'll be a tie if they tie.
In the SYL boys, it's Ridgeview's to lose. Is that right?
SYL, it is Ridgeview's to lose.
They need to win.
If they win or tie Tehachapi tonight, it's theirs. In the SEYL, South is already wrapped up on the boys' side, and on the girls' side, all Highland has to do tonight is either win or tie North, and the title is theirs.
Didn't North SEYL boys?
No,
South High.
So South hasn't lost
yeah.
an SEYL
You're talking
game
about
in 3
you're talking
years.
about basketball.
Yeah.
No,
Basketball.
we're going soccer.
Oh,
No,
okay.
boys tonight, North can actually wrap it up in basketball
Yep.
with a win at Highland. I'll be at that game twofold. I want to see Matt Moraine, the first-year coach, try to wrap up a league title, the first one for the Stars since 2004-2005 when they went 10-0 that year in the
Great team.
SWIL. That was a
Great
great
team.
team back then. But then on the opposite spectrum, Mr. Mark Hudson is back for his 29th season at his 4th high school coaching Highland this year. He when he left Wasco 4 years ago,
He had exactly
500
career wins. You think that's it?
and then
He's
the
going out
gym
the
rat
right
that
time?
he is decides to say, you know what, I still got it in me. Let's
throw
go
some
in
on there.
And it's funny, I was looking at the numbers. I was talking to Bob Barnett. Everybody knows Bob. He's the section historian. I don't think there's a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to do without him around.
Right.
Bob, says, hey, say hi to Mark for me. But then he gives me the year. Mark's first year coaching at BHS. I'm 36 years old. It was the year that I was born in 1979. That's incredible.
So yeah, obviously that's a cool story. And then SEYL girls basketball is not Golden Valley.
No, SEYL girls.
Yeah.
It's Highland. They're 5-0
Oh,
under.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, undefeated.
And absolutely great when you look at it. I mean, we've talked about them. So I think that's what happens, Zach, because we've talked about them so much in the last 2 weeks, just how big that turnaround has been. Here's a team that was, 18 and 91 or something like that in the previous 10 years. It's just absolutely incredible record. They never had more than 2 league wins in a season. And then here they are ready to go, looking like they could go undefeated. Great young cast.
And in the SSL, it's Kennedy boys. As we mentioned, the Arvin girls are undefeated, so they're
Yes.
on their way to a championship.
And then obviously in soccer, Taft boys are in the lead. And then obviously BCHS girls who haven't lost a league game since, the dark ages.
Right. It's been a long time.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, quick shout out, Coach Gore and the boys soccer team. They're always good. He does a lot with the talent level he gets, and their kids are great citizens on campus.
Well, they got a goalkeeper that's got a really cool
Yeah.
first name too, so good for him.
Last name's Peterson. I don't know about the first name, but yeah, he's a really good player. They have a really good program. He does things the right way, and he's a great guy to work with. Math teacher, very respected on campus, and their team it seems like consistently pulling off seasons like this.
And I think in soccer, there's so much emphasis on the club game,
Right.
More so than there is in basketball. I feel like
Yep.
volleyball might be the comparison.
Close, yeah.
But everything scholarships, travel ball teams are your best competition comes, especially if you're not from LA or something, comes from Bakersfield, comes from clubs. Excuse me. And in high school, I think the best coaches are the ones who can get the kids to buy into that program versus the club.
Yep.
And we talk about Liberty boys and Frontier girls, 2 very prime examples of coaches who've been able to do that. Jay Gore and then Max Blumel, the girls soccer coach at Frontier. They've won 4 straight titles. And I think Boog Heron's done a good job with Liberty's girls, too. They were a close runner-up to Frontier. But that's really what you've got to do. Yes, Frontier girls have won 4 in a row. They've had some unbelievable talent, starting with Kristen Amarikwa. But he got the other girls to buy into play for Frontier, not just for your – Frontier is not just somebody you play for in your club offseason. This is important, too, and then that's really important. As for wrestling – we're kind of working our way through league championships in wrestling. Golden Valley won the SYL yesterday. That was a 3-way tie in the dual season between Golden Valley, Independence, and Ridgeview. And Golden Valley won.
Independence.
Golden Valley, Independence, and Ridgeview. It was a 3-way tie.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Do I need to repeat that? You
I
good
don't
now?
listen to you.
You good
man.
now? Okay. And Golden Valley won the tournament yesterday, so they're the champs in the SYL. Tonight is the SWYL. Bakersfield was the league dual champion. Everybody expects them to win the tournament. They've won it. They've won their league, shared or won the league title. It's going on 30 years in a row now. So BHS Wrestling
That's
going to
7:30 at
continue that
Frontier.
tonight. 7:30 tonight is the finals.
You'll have video.
And the SSL, I believe, is also tonight up at Cesar Chavez. And I believe Wasco won the dual title, but don't quote me on that. And then tomorrow night is SEYL with Foothill, defending champion, and won the dual title as well. So
And
that's
that'll be at
the
Miramonte.
that's the picture in wrestling. And of course, we mentioned soccer seeding comes out tomorrow. Basketball seeding a week from tomorrow, so it's an exciting time. We're going to take our last break. We're going to come back. We're going to do the big drawing for the You're the One That I Want at Talladega Ranch. 2 free tickets to each winner coming up next after this on BVarsity Live.